What's up, y'all? This is Bobby with B&S Conversation. I'm the B in this conversation. My wife, Sherrie, hey, she is the S in this conversation. So BS Conversations is our channel, and we are content creators that decided to start this channel so we can have general conversation about life and find some like-minded people and have some conversation with some people who may see things just a little bit differently. Of course, if you don't have conversations with people who have different trains of thoughts, you're unlikely to learn anything. All right, so these are the kind of conversations that we're having. Oh, man. So we are, I guess you say, we are homesteaders. You know, one of the things I love to do as a hobby, it's actually a lifestyle, is go to the gym. All right, so I'm not a bodybuilder per se. Technically I am, but I'm not. You know, I don't get on nobody's stage. I don't eat a certain way so I can look a certain way. I'm one of those people who found the gym young in age and found that it did amazing things for me as far as controlling my attitude. It made me disciplined. And it's the reason why I probably never been to prison and I'm still alive, because I was somewhat of a hothead, and I always been the person that I never started a fight, not even to this day. I never started a fight, but I would never let one go. So you can start it and think that it's gonna end. We gonna fight. That's just all it is. We gonna fight. So, you know, I've been working out, I want to say, since I was 16. Of course, I noticed, you know, me not having as much of a temper, and then my body changed really fast. So my body was like naturally wanting to grow and build, and I love that. You know, I think the most addictive part of that is people are actually recognizing the fact that I look so much differently, you know. And so I use that all through my adult years as a way to get through stuff. I call it my therapy. Going to the gym is always something that makes me feel better. It makes me think clearer and put things in perspective. So, you know, I tell everybody, you know, going and working out is an amazing way to get through life stresses. And I had a lot of them. So it makes me a good person to have these conversations, because I've been through a lot of stuff, you know, and I look at things differently than a lot of people, you know, because I've been through some bad things. You would think that everything I got to say is negative. But anybody who has lived and have my kind of perspective realize there's just as much positive as it is negative in almost every situation. You just got to know how to look at it. And I prefer to look at it as, you know, glass half full and not empty, so I can actually benefit from the good that came out of the situation and keep my sanity. Yeah, so, you know, doing these conversations, you know, I would love to take y'all into the gym with me. The only problem I have with that is that my gym it pumps music. And YouTube don't really like us to play all this music in our gym. So if I actually find a way to get past that, maybe, lay some YouTube music on top of it, then I might do that. But I want to talk. I want to have conversations, because doing my working out, like all the stuff that used to work for me don't work for me no more. I'm older and my body don't respond the same way as it used to. To you all who works out and have been working out for a while, y'all understand what I'm talking about. And I would love for y'all to tell me how y'all got past that and what are y'all doing to adjust to that. I still look, somewhat decent, but what I am used to looking like is definitely not there. It's not gonna stop me from working out, because that was not the whole part of me actually going to the gym. My mental was always, first. And then, the health aspect of it was after that. And then the byproduct was I looked different. And there's a whole bunch of pluses to that, Of course, I never was short female attention, because of the way I look. I always stood out. And that could be a plus and a minus, because when you look a certain way, carry yourself a certain way, you intimidate some people. And they want to try you because they think if they can, bully you around, boss you around, but you looking that way, it makes them that much better, which is absolutely stupid, Then you get these comments, oh, you're on steroids. And why? Because I'm this size, and you never walked into a gym in a day in your life, and you think I'm supposed to look like you? I don't, just, it's a whole thing. But it was more of a plus for me than it was a negative. Of course, I go to a job and there's always, somebody who look like me that want to compete with me. Why? I don't want to compete with you. You my boss. Why I need to compete with you? But that's the mindset of some people. Everything is a competition. Life has always been, for me, I want to get through it as easy and as smoothly as possible. So, have I been the guy that said, oh, I want to make, all these millions of dollars, and, I want to be able to stand up here, look down on everybody? That's not what makes me happy. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm better than them. And I don't want to feel like I'm better than nobody. Obviously I am, but that's, you will never see that conveyed through nothing I do. You gonna actually feel that way. If you're, not doing nothing for yourself, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not living in a manner that you will be better in the long run, or your kids will be better, or your family will be better, then yeah, generally I'm probably better than you, but I am not the one that's trying, to say stunt and, make people feel less than, I'm just not that kind of person. No shade to the people who are. For me, who you are, what makes you feel better is trying to make somebody else feel worse. And I can feel better without making nobody feel worse. I don't need nobody, approval to make myself feel like I'm worthy. If I'm doing what I feel like I need to be doing, I'm happy with it. I don't care if nobody else is. That's just my stance. That's just the way I am. You know, I'd have been married and divorced. Those are the hardest things in life to go through, especially if there are kids involved. And I just don't see, the need to, make nobody feel bad, because I know how bad it can feel. I don't make no, I try to talk to people in a way that I can actually be an asset to their lives. Try to make them feel better about what they're going through. Because, like I said, there's always a positive in something that looks negative. Can you see it? Is it easy at the time? No. But, I think about how many people have gone through things in life and didn't give themselves the chance to benefit from the reason why they went through it. Like right now at this moment, me and my wife are going through something real trying. And it to me, it felt horrible. But at the same time, I still this happened. But everything in my life tells me there's a reason why it had to happen. Does that make you feel good at the time? No, it does not. It don't make you feel good at all. It makes you, if you can rationalize staying with it, going through it, and waiting for the answer on the other side to see why it happened. It's always been. I don't care how hard it had to be at the time. Something happened later on that says, if you never went through that, you wouldn't be here. And I'm here in a good place. So if I never went through what I went through, I would have never got to where I am. And a lot of people will be like, that's poor decision making. That's life. It's what it is. Yeah, you can make a poor decision. If everything in your life tells you that you shouldn't do something, then don't do it. Because if you do it, that's poor decision making. But if you live a life, you make the best decision that you can make at that time with the information you got, the knowledge you got, and it didn't work out, that's not poor decision making. That's going through life. That's living. You only can use the tools that you have available. And as time goes on, you should accumulate more tools to be able to get through more things. So, I was in an amazing place, just a few months ago. And then things came crashing down, me and my wife, we have our own business, and the business went bad. It went bad. And for a little while, I couldn't see past it. I couldn't see what we were going to do. So what I did is I started coming to the gym more, working out harder, and it allowed me to bandage the issue for a little while. So your body will release certain chemicals when you work out, endorphins, and it will make you not feel so bad. It won't let whatever you're going through consume you. But it only lasts for a little while. So you just keep on going and keep on going. And guess what actually happens? Time goes by. And as time goes by, things start to work itself out and it gets better. So Me and my wife, she's an amazing person, because our outlook on life is so similar, but yet it could be a little different. My wife can make me feel better about almost anything with a conversation. She can talk me through some things and get my mind where it need to be, because while we live a traditional life, the protection and the providing, that's on me, and I feel it. You know what I mean? It's on me, and if something goes wrong where I feel like that is not happening, I don't feel good about it. So my wife can give me those words that will push me through, to make me feel okay and allow me to keep on pushing with whatever is going on in my life. And in turn, that makes us better. I tell people all the time, I'm amazing at some things. And some things I'm not that good at. But my wife is amazing at everything I'm not that good at. It is crazy. And I found that out probably 2 days after I met her. And once I started, and it's not asking her questions, I'm one of them people, I can find answers to things by having general conversation, like what we're having now. And the way you respond and react to things actually gives me a lot of answers, And I found this out, and I was like, wow. And she probably don't know, but that's the reason why I married her. I felt like there's nothing I can't do with her. Not because she can do everything, but she can make me the best me that I could possibly be. People out here hollering about they this or they that. They so good at this and they are so good at that. Nobody's good at everything. And just because you became a certain thing don't mean you are better than nobody else. Situations, circumstances could happen, and you can just benefit from them. But that don't mean that you have the right to dictate to nobody else how to live, because the Lord favor fell on you, or this is where you're supposed to be right now. That don't make you better than nobody else. That don't mean you could tell nobody else what it is they should be doing. Because social media got a lot of people thinking that they got to push to be like somebody else. You don't have to push to be like nobody else. You need to push to be something, but not what somebody else is. So success shouldn't look the same for me as it looked for you. It could look similar, and it may be the same. It just by chance, somebody feel like everything about me is who they are. Then that's different. But if you're trying to change who you are to try to be like me, that's silly. It makes no sense, and you shouldn't do it. All of us, every last one of us, me and my wife say this all the time, we all was blessed with a skill, a tool, and you should capitalize on what that tool is and become the best you could be. Your best you could be may not be a millionaire. It may not be somebody who make $100,000. It may not be somebody who make $60,000, whatever. But that shouldn't be what make you happy, because if that's not you, then it shouldn't be you. And when it comes to finding a woman, you find a woman who accepts you for you, not somebody who want to make you into somebody that they want you to be. I don't care what they look like. As a man. As a woman, you should find somebody who mesh with you perfectly. But you got to know who you are. You got to know who you really are. If you're going by your girlfriends or what you see on social media and you think that's you, then hey, but if it's not you, you shouldn't be doing it. You know, if you want a man to really be a man to you, you should know that. You should say, I don't want to worry about all the heartaches in life. I don't want to worry about the bills and how all the stuff get done. And you should know that's you. You should know that's the way I feel. That's the way I know I am. And not be like, I'm going to push at this man and try to be in control of him and try to make him do what I want to do. But then I want him to take care of everything. And then when he decides to bend to my will, then he's not the man for me because he's too weak. Know who you are. If you want a weaker man or a man who allows you to take control, you search for that man. You don't search for a man that's a go-getter, that wants a family that he can take care of. You know, it's a lot of stuff, you know, and we're going to have these conversations, guys. I mean, I want y'all to give me y'all thoughts and opinions on everything, you know. Be respectful. I will be respectful. I mean, there's no need to sit there and try to make you feel like you're something less than so I can make myself feel good, and vice versa. You know, I'm just not that kind of guy. You know what I mean? I prefer not to conversate with you if you feel like belittling me gonna make you feel like you're a better person, because I don't feel like that about nobody. We are in different stages, all of us in life, and we see things differently. So therefore our perspectives are gonna be a little different. But why I got to be bad? Why I got to be nasty? It don't have to be. You know, women, yeah, I'm a man. I've known a lot of women. I'm the kind of person, if you haven't met somebody like me before, I'm that guy that most people will come and talk to. Why? Because I can put myself in other people's position. Not a lot of people could do that. I can see things from your perspective. It don't have to have nothing to do with me. I can actually see from your perspective why you think or believe the things that you think and believe. People say I should have been a therapist. Yeah. Didn't like school like that. You know, I'm not an Einstein. Hey, I'm an average kind of guy. Average kind of. I got an extremely high, let's say, average. I'm gonna say extremely high common sense. Common sense is really, really high in me. I'm not that person who gonna read books and remember everything that I read in the book. You know, I wasn't that A student in school. You know, I was more of, you know, the jock type. Not really a jock, but a jock type. And, you know, I made it through life just by, you know, treating people like I would want to be treated and avoiding people that I had nothing in common with. So, guys, I'm going to get in here and get in this gym because I need this workout. I wish I could take y'all with me, but, you know, like I said, I got to figure out a way to get back around all this music. But we will do that, because these conversations about the gym, I definitely want to have. You know, my body is just not gelling the way I need. And I'm sure it's going to be somebody going to watch this video and going to say, hey, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is what you need to do. But, you know, the same thing with the gym. You know, everybody's body don't respond the same to everything. So I'm a little wary on advice on certain things, but I'm smart enough to be able to take what I need and leave the rest. So, guys, let's have this conversation.